I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with your feeder flash for Friday, July the 7th, brought to you in part by Noromycin by Norbrook. Noromycin 300 LA is your effective broad-spectrum antibiotic for treating seasonal diseases in beef cattle. For more information, go to norbrook.com. Promises made, promises kept. That's been my little slogan here of late. I don't always prognosticate the market, and nobody with any sanity would, but I did say some things in this rally that I thought would happen. Of the three that I've said, two of them had already been eclipsed. I said several months ago that we would have $3 5-weight steer calves. Of course, that's no big deal at all anymore. We got to that one, and I said we would have $2 fat cattle. Of course, we didn't get it in the direct sales, but we did see a load of prime heifers that weighed upwards around 1,500 pounds out of Yankton, South Dakota, bring 202. But the latest one that I did, and it's been several weeks ago, I said that I predicted that we would have $250 8-weight based Flint Hill steers for summer delivery. We did that. So we've got it all, so you guys can think that I'm the grand wizard of the cattle markets. Not really, but glad to be back with you. I had a break a lot longer than what I normally get. Enjoyed my time off and got to see several Feeder Flash gang members over my break, and that always kind of invigorates me to get back to give you guys some more cattle information. But had a great 4th. Hope you guys did too. I ate tons of beef as I continue to work on the expansion of my tool shed. And that's coming along quite nicely. But wasn't really on a break altogether. Was able to go up to the big Coffeyville Stockyards Flint Hill special, the Blue Stem special that they had there at the Cross Bell Ranch on Wednesday night, and then coming to you right now from Pittsburgh, Kansas at Kansas Crossing Casino, where they had the big prime time Big Bang sale, where we saw that last promises made being kept there. But the market just continues to go up. Our real-time index gained about $9 since I talked to you the last time. Of course, that's been on light receipts, and what few sales we have seen have kind of been specials, and it's featured some really top high genetics and some reputation type cattle that brought a big price. And so we're going to kind of see that it'll come back a little bit now that we start to get bigger runs again, especially early this coming week. But I want to talk to you about the Blue Stem special they had, Coffeyville Stockyards had on Wednesday night, which would have been the 5th, I guess. And they had a great turnout there. Of course, he invited everybody, had free steak sandwiches there, had a live band, had a cash bar, and it was a beautiful setting there at the Cross Bell. That's a historic Mullendore ranch there, and everybody had a good time. We sold into the night, literally into the dark of night, but it was a good sale, well attended, and a lot of activity there in the trading. Had a good visit there with Tylen Layton, who owns Coffeyville Stockyards, both north and south town barns there, and then he put that all together. Had 20,000 head. That thing's growing like crazy. I think the first time I come up to this country around the 4th of July for one of his specials, we had about 7,000, then it went to 14,000, and then this last sale was 20,000. But the stickout sale I thought on there was the King Land and Cattle Company lot there. They had 1,037 steers, base weight of 850 pounds for August delivery. Mostly grass, but they were getting a commodity mix, kind of a high roughage type mix there. 90% black from Atoka, Oklahoma, and they bring 235.85 based again at 850 pounds. I thought that was a heck of a good quote there, and they had a nice sale throughout. Then come over here to Pittsburgh, Kansas on Thursday for the prime time livestock video special. Of course, that's Joplin Regional Stockyards video sale, and they had a nice venue to have the sale in, except for the sound system wasn't great, but everything else was good. Well, I guess my steak could have been better. I think somebody was mad at it. They tried to burn it to death before they gave it to us, but the room itself that we had the venue in was awesome, and it was a good place for sale, just like you'd see some of the bigger video type sales have. There was a lot of people there that showed up. All the big hitters showed up. Seen a lot of people I hadn't seen for a good long time, and got to visit with them. Was planning on heading back south quite a ways, but it took longer to rehash the sale than what I thought, and several more beers than what I thought, so I decided to stay and have this report coming to you here from Kansas Crossing. Excuse me, but the top quote that I wanted to tell you all about, and the promises made, promises kept, was the Sam Hinkle cattle. And I heard later that Sam's actually having an operation here on Friday morning, and is not going to get to see this till later, but a fairly serious operation there, and we wish him the very best. But they called his steers the rock stars of the Flint Hills. 425 steers, base weight of 810 pounds for August delivery, grass only. They were not implanted by him, but they were put together. There was a chance they might have had one sometime down the line. But 100% black steers, in Alta Vista, Kansas, and they bring 250-150. Professionally purchased there by the Spinks Ranch order buyers there. But that caused quite a bit of a commotion there. Of course, there was some cattle that was a little bigger that got close, but that's the only quotes that I've heard, and I've heard several direct sales, and I haven't heard anything with a base weight of 800 pounds come out of the Flint Hills or the Osage bringing 250 or better. I get several quotes about every day of some direct cattle, and I give some of them to you. I heard some at 248. Weighing 835, and that's getting close, but those are the first ones I heard that eclipsed the 250 mark. But just the fat cattle market's kind of trudging along right now. They are not selling a whole lot this week, and your packers are desperate for cattle, absolutely desperate for cattle. We saw a little bit of trade on Thursday, but especially the north. They're kind of holding their cattle back. They would like to have a little bit more money. I was trying to get the guys to use the 4th of July holiday for a pick to try to arrange it where they could really get those packers to up the market a little bit and get this thing going again. We've got to have this fat cattle market lead the way. We're not going to be able to maintain this rally. Now, I realize we're going to get so high that we can't get any higher eventually, but for what these guys are giving for these yearlings, guys, we're going to have to get some more market position in the fat cattle arena and quit paying attention to the board. Of course, the board was down pretty big on both Wednesday and Thursday. Nobody paying too much attention to the board. The way the market is, we know how short we are cattle. They just continue to sell huge runs of way up cows, and they're all going to the packers. And so this high market's going to last a while. It'll sure last another 2 years, I think. After that, you need to be watching for the rug to be pulled out from under you, and that'll happen before it really needs to, of course. But we're rolling along pretty good, and like a lot of us were saying at these video sales I was at, nobody pays too much attention to the board these days unless it's up big, and that's sure the truth. But you know, especially in the Southern Plains, you know, there's not that many negotiated sellers. And if they would just all load up in the pickup, and I've said before, you could fit them all in a crew cab pickup. If they would just get in the pickup together and collude. I'm asking you guys for some collusion here to figure things out. Lock those gates. You know, you don't hear of any feedlot that's really hurting to sell cattle. The cattle are green. We've been pulling them ahead all along. Don't sell them any cattle. Price them up there where you'd like to get them and beyond, and see what they'll bid you. Hold out to the very last minute. Come together and let's get some market position back in this fat cattle market. I want to tell you about a sale that's coming up on Monday. Callaway Livestock Center in Kingdom City, Missouri. That's Jack Harrison's sale there. That's Monday, July the 10th. Early consignments. He's got about 3,000 head of cattle for the early consignments. He'll have several more by the time Monday gets here. Most all of the big consignments are going to be long time weaned, double vaccinated, and the majority of them be home raised. He's got near 900 cattle coming from the Simpson family there. Be 5 and 6 weight calves, home raised, double vac, long time wean, best you can buy, and numerous other large reputation consignments coming up for that Monday sale there in Callaway. He's going to have a special bred cow and pair special, and got a big run of them. Be a lot of sellout dispersal deals. Top quality, guys. If you don't know about Callaway, you haven't checked them out, get on to dvauction.com and check them out and see what you've been missing. But get approved to bid there. Call into their office early and check out those sales, both Monday the 10th and then the special bred cow and pair sale on July the 13th, and that's an evening sale, starts at 6 o'clock in the evening. Talk about your board on Thursday. August live cattle futures were down 37 cents, 174.57. October was down 45 at 177.42. Back months were all down, but not bad. Down a dime to down 65 cents. Feeder cattle down pretty tough because corn was up fairly well there. So August feeder cattle down 242, but it sure didn't bother the markets that I saw. 242.27. September was down 282 at 245.32. Back months were all down big from $1.82 to down 277. You can blame it on the corn. New crop December corn up 13 cents at 506 and a half. But that's a lot more moderate than what we've been seeing here for the last couple of months. November new crop beans down 15 and a half at 1339 and a half. Kansas City hard red winter wheat for September down 2.5 cents at 8.43 3/4 cents a bushel. Fat cattle trade, as I mentioned there just a little bit earlier, you are getting a few sales, but most of them in the southern plains, guys. We haven't seen hardly any cattle sell out in Nebraska confirmed. They may have sold some more cattle after the 2 o'clock deadline for packers to turn that information in, but not a significant amount. But Iowa sold 6,400 head confirmed on Thursday, about 7,500 for the week is all, which is nothing. And live sales in Iowa from 179 to 184, and kind of spread out through there, guys, and that would be a lot lower than what we saw last week. Nebraska, only 400 head confirmed on Thursday and for the week, so nothing. Like I said, they may have sold more late on Thursday, but didn't hear of a significant number of them. And your live sales that was confirmed in Nebraska on Thursday was 180, and the dress sale was 290. So those would both be cheaper. Kansas, 4,500 head on Thursday, and that's all they've sold this week. And live sales from 176 to mostly all 178. Texas, 2,200 head on Thursday, and that's all they've sold this week, all at 178. Box beef cutout values a lot lower on Thursday afternoon. Choice cuts 319.87 down 291. Selects 289.97 down 272. Your slaughter is running very disappointing, and I don't think that's a bearish signal for the market. I think it's bullish. Your packers need to speed this up. They've got to get some product put together. Their cold storage is down. They haven't been harvesting a lot of cattle, and only 336,000 so far this week. Of course, we had July 4th land on a Tuesday, which kind of messes things up. You can't really compare it to the previous week because we had a pretty decent slaughter, but that 336 compares to 375 a year ago, and that was a holiday week too. Talk about what else is going on. Western Video Market is having their biggest sale of the year, Reno, Nevada, starting on Monday, here this Monday, July the 10th, 11th, and 12th. By far the biggest sale of the year for Western Video Market. Ellington Peak, my dear friend out there, and that's his sale there now, Ellington sale. Of course, he gets a lot of help from John Rogers and then all their reps. And the thing I like about Western Video Market, their reps are big, are Western sale barns. They don't have people running all over the country stepping on each other's toes, and they continue to support the sale barns. But if a sale barn's got a big string of cattle out there on a customer, they would rather sell them on the video than they offer them that through Western Video Market, and I love the way they do that. But Ellington was real excited when I talked to him last week. Going to be out at Silver Legacy Casino and Resort there in Reno, Nevada, starting on Monday morning. That's when they'll have the yearlings, and they've got a lot of Nebraska yearlings on there, guys, if you're interested in those. And then have a lot of far western yearlings then too. And then they'll be selling calves on the 11th and 12th, and they've got their breeding stock on Tuesday afternoon, so don't miss those. Definitely want to get in there. But it's 3 big days, 145,000 head on Western Video Market. The quality will be outstanding. Very few what I call commodity cattle at all on Western Video Market. It'll be top sales of reputation cattle there. Of course, we take the bids for Western through DV Auction, but you can get on to WVMcattle.com and you can access that console. You can also go through and look at the videos that are already posted and any kind of updates that might come up, but at WVMcattle.com for Western Video Market. Talk about your feeder cattle market. Your real-time index Thursday late at 240.66. That was up 63 cents, and like I said, $9 higher than the last time I talked to you guys. Look at your CME cash feeder cattle index languishing down there at 230.26. They don't cover near enough sales, and then they get some of those direct sales that kind of water that thing down quite a bit. But also at Reno, starting on early this week here, Monday, they will have U.S. Cattlemen's Association is having a summer meeting out there. Jack Payne's my good friend there from Fallon, Nevada, is kind of putting that together. They're going to have a lot of discussion about the beef checkoff, going to have a lot of discussion about public land use, and it's going to be just a good meeting there, and an opportunity for some Western people to come to a U.S. Cattlemen's Association meeting there. I'm going to be going down to San Marcos, Texas this weekend for the Independent Cattlemen's Association of Texas, and that's a good group down there. They are affiliate of U.S. Cattlemen's Association. Looking forward to seeing my friend Brad Cotton down there, and then the president of the U.S. Cattlemen's Association, Justin Tupper from St. Ange, South Dakota. He's going to be down there in Texas with me. Then he's going to Steamboat Springs. He's going to the Reno meeting. I'd hate to be him. He's going to be war slick when he does all that, and he does all that on his own dime, guys. But check out those meetings if you're in the area of San Marcos or Reno, Nevada there. And there'll be a good time to get together and visit about real issues that are affecting the cattle industry. Let's talk about your big sales, and we haven't had very many sales. That's why I haven't talked to you. It wasn't just because I wanted to take time off for the 4th, but we haven't had very many sales to talk about. But on Thursday, Bluegrass Stockyard South, Stanford, Kentucky, they had a big sale there. You look at the loads of steers that I pulled out of Cattle Market Central there, including that last load that you see, or the bottom load on your screen. 61 steers weigh 873, bring 235.90, standing in the ring in Stanford, Kentucky, and you wonder why your CME cash feeder cattle index is 230.25. Doesn't make a lot of sense. How about your National Beef Wire stick out sale of the day? And it was actually on Wednesday, and that was from Green City Livestock Marketing in Green City, Missouri. DV Auction broadcaster there. Top quality cattle, north central Missouri in the Green Hills. They had about 3,000 head of cattle there. Notice they didn't have very many lighter calves. They're going to have their calf special today on Friday. Get on to dvauction.com, get approved, bid on those fancy calves there. I think they're going to have about 3,000 calves too. But this was the yearling special that they had on Wednesday. You look at these best tested weights, and nearly all the bigger weights of steers were well tested, but 225 head of 5-weight yearling steers averaged 561 with a weighted average price of 284.76. 380 head of 6-weight steers out of Green City, averaged 642 with a weighted average price of 277.80. 319 head of 7-weight steers, averaged 743, weighted average price 254.59. 448 head of 8-weight steers, averaged 842 with a weighted average price of 244.80. And 235 head of 9-weight steers, averaged 931, weighted average price 235.48. Couple of groups of heifers or weight groups there. 372 heifers in the 6-weight category, averaged 645 with a weighted average price of 252.36. 551 head 7-weight heifers, averaged 738 at 248.66. Good sale there at Green City. Don't miss their calf special happening here today on Friday. Get on to dvauction.com and check it out. You can view and bid right from there. Now I'm going to give you the most impressive quotes that I saw all through the July 4th holiday, and they indeed happened on Thursday and Valentine Livestock Auction there. Greg Arndt sent me this information, and I can't pick one out. And it's a holiday, and we're just getting back going, and I'm going to break the rules, which I make up in the first place. So your Mackerson, no BS, top quotes for the day. I got 3 of them come out of Valentine, Nebraska. Gale Cattle Company sells 171 steers, weighs 692 at 294. If that doesn't impress you, how about some bigger brothers off the Gale cattle there? 216 steers, weighed 762 at 275.75. Still not impressed? Okay. How about the Powderhorn Ranch steers in Valentine, Nebraska, through the ring at the sale barn there? 120 steers, weighed 882, bring $2.70 a pound, people. That's your feeder flash for Friday.